everyone. Good morning. Why do I always start really high pitched like that? I should say hello everyone. How are we all today? Just gonna wait for people to see that I'm online. I said I was coming on around 11ish. It is now nearly 11:15 or something like that. Yeah, around 11ish, close enough. So now I have found myself on my iPad. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Lorraine. Lovely to have you here. Wait, I'm trying to get my chair sorted. My leg is in the wrong place. Rails, hello, honey. Haven't seen you for a while. How you been? Hope everyone's well. All right, today I have a really cool technique I want to show you. But first, oh my gosh. We saw a sneak peek of one of the product suites coming up in the upcoming Christmas catalogue. Oh, dearie me. You need to have it. Oh, it is amazing. So, yeah, I can't wait to get the Christmas catalogue. We will see it the 1st of August, and then we can pre-order from it the 1st of August. So if you don't want to wait till September when it's released and you want to get some stuff in August, then you need to think about signing up. But the other cool thing, I don't know if you've seen it on my page yet this morning. I think I have shared it. Good morning, Anne. Lovely to have you here. Yes, that new suite is divine, isn't it? And we can't share it with anyone yet until pre-order 1st of August. So, I can't wait for everyone to see it. It is so pretty. And the samples they showed us, oh my gosh, divine. Really divine. But the other thing this morning, I've already posted it on my page, is our lovely Sarah has released this cute little image sign thing that everyone can print out. And it says, Stampin' Up has allowed me to fill in the blank. And there's hashtag, and I've forgotten, I didn't write the hashtag down, so I can't remember what it is, and that is back to front, isn't it? So, when I turn you around, I'll put it back up so you can read it. But there's a hashtag, and if you print the sign out, hold it up, take a picture of yourself holding it up, and share it. Stampin' Up may use your little image at our 30th on stage, which is in November. But for me, for my followers and my customers, I have a nice little special running, not special, a little prize. So if you print this out, good morning, Nicole. If you print this out and write in your own little thing here, hold it up, take a picture and share it to my Facebook page or my group, then you're going to the draw for a little prize from me. So can we post it back to front? Of course you can, darling. You little smarty pants. Yeah, I'm not bothering to turn the camera around because when I do my crafting thing, it'll be back to front then. So anyway, so can't you read back to front? Come on, you're a clever girl. Stampin' Up has allowed me to, and mine says, homeschool my children. I've got a few others printed out too that I've got other things on, but you'll have to wait to see them. So yeah, print this out. Write on it, share it to my page or my group, and you'll go in the running for a little prize. So I love giving stuff away, so why not take every opportunity I can? So yes, the holiday catalogue is coming and it's super gorgeous. So that's all I wanted to run through before we get crafting. So today's little crafting session is a new technique. Rails, where do you find that to print that out? Stampin' Up South Pacific have posted the graphic of Sarah holding that and a little blurb information and a link to download the form from. Also on my page, below this somewhere, I put a post up this morning. So I shared their post onto my page and you'll be able to find the link there. So print that out and yeah, post it. Can we screenshot as I can't? Yeah, I guess it's the same. No, well, no, I don't know. How are you going to write on it if you screenshot it? You have to be able to write on it. Don't you have a printer at work, Nicole? I'm sure you do. And they won't care. One little page. No worries, Rails. Alright, so today's crafting session is a new technique. And it is multicoloured embossing. So I've heat embossed this image. And I've used 2 different embossing powders on it. So how cool is that? And another one where I used 3 different coloured embossing powders. So we have the blue, the apricot colour, and the yellow on that one. So I thought I'd show you how easy this is to do. And super, super quick. And it's using our new embossing colours that have come in with the in colours this time around. Good morning, Chrissy. Lovely to have you here. So yeah, I'm going to show you this technique. Alright, so get ready. I'm going to turn you around and we're going to get crafting, because I don't want to be on here holding you up for long and not much jibber jabbering from me. Alright, so I'm going to flip you around and then we'll get on to the demonstration. Yes, that blue is the new blueberry bushel. It's really, really nice. Right, let me take this away. Okay, when I take that bit of paper off, we go from turquoise to seeing my desktop. If at any time it's really loud when I take that off, let me know, because I can't hear it. I've got myself muted. So I actually don't know how loud that is when I take that off. Okay, so let me turn some lights on. Cat is watching. Hello, Cat. Oh my gosh, I haven't seen you watching before. Cat is my gorgeous niece. Just the most beautiful person on the planet. Alright, so this is the technique, and I am sorry about the, I haven't changed my paper, and the reason I don't is because, look, there's all this white space here yet to fill up with Stampin' Off, so, you know, I'm not going to replace it too often. So this is today's technique. I'm going to use different stamp set and different colours, or a couple of the same colours. So I'm going to try it with the beautiful Promenade set. So I've got already my Grapefruit Grove cardstock and my patterned paper. And I don't know if this is going to work, but I wanted to try and pick out the Grapefruit Grove. Good morning, Angie. Lovely to have you here. Oh, Kat, I love you too, darling. You're so sweet. So these are the colours. I have to put them sideways so you can see them all. These are the new in colours. And there's an embossing powder for each one. So we've got Lovely Lipstick, Call Me Clover, Pineapple Punch, Grapefruit Grove, and Blueberry Bushel. So I thought the Grapefruit Grove, God, I can't say that, the Grapefruit Grove and the Pineapple Punch on this card. But then I thought, I like the green as well. I don't think Lovely Lipstick will go, and the blue definitely won't go. So then I thought, maybe the yellow might be a bit washed out. Like, it's really hard to see. Well, it's not in real life, but on camera it is. So I might just do Grapefruit Grove and Call Me Clover, because the green, it's not the same green that's in the paper, but it will blend. Alright. Actually, I'm going to add a little bit of Pineapple Punch because I really like that colour. So that's what I'm trying to match to, that paper. And I'll just get the stamps out. If I put them there, you might still be able to see them on camera, can you? So you get to see what I'm aiming for. Can you see them? Alright, so I'm going to do these flowers because I only got like this little bit of paper. So I thought I might do just a couple of flowers, then I can put a sentiment across there later. Right, so these are photopolymer stamps, which are totally clear and see-through. So we have 3 different types of stamps for those that are not familiar. We have the red rubber stamps, which come in what we call wood mount or clear mount. Now I'll get you one to show you. The clear mount doesn't mean that the stamp is clear. Let me try and find one that is. Here we go. Right, so this is what we call clear mount. It's actually red rubber stamp that just goes on our clear acrylic blocks, and that is why it's called clear mount. So this just goes on there onto a clear block, and that is why it is called a clear mount stamp. And a lot of people think clear, they think they'll be able to see through. That's not the case. It's just the type of mount. And wood mount, obviously, let me get you one of them to show you them. So the same red rubber stamps, but permanently mounted on a wooden block, okay? So they are our wood mount stamps. They are stuck onto the block, wooden block, and won't come off. So you just pick your stamp up, stamp, you don't have to mount it onto an acrylic block. The clear mount ones peel off the block and back on when you want to stamp. So you can use your blocks for all your clear mount stamps, and they're not sort of permanently attached. Alright, now the advantages and disadvantages of both. I prefer the clear mount because they're a little bit cheaper than the wood mount, and I can store more on my shelf, so that means I can buy more and have more, which is always a good thing. So I just wanted to run through that because I've had a few questions about that over the last month or so. People get confused about the different types of stamps. So these are photopolymer, which is a clear, and as you can see-through stamp. So they're called photopolymer. So that's just a really quick rundown on our stamps. So the photopolymer come on an acrylic sheet with the image printed on them, and then there's clear film over the top that sort of holds them in place. Now, photopolymers will stain. So you can see this is a very well loved stamp set already, and it is stained because I've used it with either a red or a pink. And because of the pigment from those sort of red and pink tonings, they do stain. Now that is clean, there's nothing going to come off that when I go to stamp it. You can see it's cleaned. It's just the dye from the colour in the ink that has stained the photopolymer. It doesn't affect the way it stamps. It still stamps perfectly. So don't be afraid to get your stamps stained. They will still work, and yeah, like there's nothing wrong, just nothing wrong with it. Just shows that it's a very well loved stamp set. So let me just mount these two up, and we will get stamping. And with this stamp set, this is your outline of the flower, and the lines here go in the middle. So you stamp the outline and then stamp the lines in the middle, and that's what we call a two-step stamping process. Now you don't have to stamp the lines in the middle of this flower, but you can. And this one can also work independently as well. Alright, so for our little process today, first of all you need some scrap paper because we're going to be using our embossing powders, and when you shake off the excess you don't need, you will end up with powder absolutely everywhere. Right, so there's my scrap paper. And when you're heat embossing, always use an embossing buddy first. That's going to take the static off your cardstock, so you won't have embossing powder sticking to where you don't want it to stick to. Then you ink up your stamps with Versamark. Now this is a clear ink, but it's really sticky. So it stays wet for a long time and sticky, and that means the embossing powder will stick to the ink, giving you time to get your heat tool out and melt that powder. So I'm going to do the outline first. So I prefer to, when I'm doing this, go ink pad to stamp. I don't know why, I think it's because I think I can see that I have covered it all. So there is one. And when you stamp it down, you won't see any colour. If you look sideways, you'll see an image, but you can't see it like straight up. Mine's a fraction tinted because I've got a bit of pink on this ink pad, but that's not going to worry me. Okay. Alright, now I'm going to do the inside lines. Now this ink will stay wet long enough for me to do this. Now I have to try and guesstimate this because I really can't see it, and I don't want to put my head in the way of the camera. So forgive me if it's not lined up properly. And then again, I'm hoping that's lined up. Okay, so now I'm going to tempt fate and stamp some leaves really quickly as well. Sorry for the rattle off camera. But I'm going to stamp some leaves as well so I can get that green into the picture. You tell I didn't plan this. I just went, yep, let's pick this stamp set. Let's do something like this. Right, you're not going to see a lot of those leaves. Right, so this is where the magic takes place. We have our Pineapple Punch, Grapefruit Grove, and our Call Me Clover ink, little embossing powder. Sorry, I'm just going to grab a spoon and see if I can do it like this. So now I'm just going to sprinkle over randomly some of the Grapefruit Grove, and now some of the yellow. And it doesn't matter that they're going to blend. I'm not going to worry about that. And yes, this is a bit of a wasteful way to use your embossing powder because I can't tip this back into the little pots like you normally do because they're all going to be mixed up together. Now I can't remember where I stamped what now. I think the leaves are around here. So I'm just going to go with the flow and see what comes out. And I want to cover the whole thing with powder just to make sure I've covered the whole images that I have stamped. Alright, there we go. So I'm just going to put the lids back on my pots because otherwise I will get them melted by accident. Good morning, Karen. Nice to have you here. Right, so now you tip off the excess powder. Normally you'd have one colour and you would then tip it back into your jar so as not to waste it. Look at that. How cool is that going to be when that melts? Oh, so pretty. So now I'm just going to fold this up. You could use that again, I guess, on another project if you want a multicoloured blend. That is going in the bin. Now we're going to get the heat tool out. This is probably going to get a little bit noisy, so apologies for that. When you are embossing, hold your paper with something so that it doesn't blow away, but nothing metal, because the heat from the heat tool will burn you because it will come through the metal. These are safe. They've got plastic handles, rubber sort of inside plastic. Karen, I am fine. How are you? Alright, so now the heat tool, 2 settings, low and high. I always use high, but I let it heat up for a little bit off my work surface first. Now I'm holding my project and I'm going to melt. Now when you are melting, keep the heat tool in the one place until, I need to move my thing closer, until the powder has melted. Don't go like this all over. It'll take you a month of Sundays to melt your powder. So just, you'll see it as it melts, it goes nice and shiny. You've got to be patient with this. You can't expect it to melt instantly. And if you look at it sideways, like I'm looking with the light reflecting on it from my right, I can see where it's melted and where it hasn't. And then once it's all melted, I just like to go back over it again just to make sure that I haven't missed anything. Don't hold your heat tool in the one place for too long, like in here, like for example there, for a long period of time, because it's heat and paper is combustible. Combustible is a word, I think. So you don't want to start a little fire. Alright, turn your heat tool off. Now we have this cool little stand, so you can just pop it down and the heat here won't transfer to what you've got it on and cause a fire or melt if you've got a plastic, you're putting it on plastic. So always use a stand when you're finished to pop it on, so let it cool down. Okay, and that is it. How pretty is that? Oh, that is so pretty. I don't know if you can see that light. I'm going to try and move it around so that you can see hopefully the light reflecting on the embossing powder. So there's two types of embossing. There's the heat embossing, which is what I've done here using the Versamark ink and the embossing powders. And then there's the dry embossing, which is using the embossing folders, which is putting an imprint on your cardstock of a pattern. So that is that panel. I think that will look really pretty on there, but it does need something else. I think I need to mount that on something, and I might add some leaves coming out from under there and a sentiment. But I will finish this card off later, and I will show you the finished product on my Facebook page and possibly blog it later in the week. So that's what I wanted to show you, this really, really cool technique. So if you're interested in these embossing powders, they come in the pack of 5 with the 5 lovely colours. They're so, so pretty. So I've used all the colours on these projects. So that's the blueberry bushel. You can't see that one, I have to put that one sideways. And the lipstick, lovely lipstick, and the Call Me Clover, Grapefruit Grove, Pineapple Punch. They're really, really pretty powders. So they'll only be available until this catalogue finishes. So you want to jump in and grab them. I mean, you got nearly a whole 12 months. Oh no, wait, hang on. We're in, what are we in? Oh, July, yeah. So you got like 10.5 months maybe to get them. Plenty of time, but don't miss out. They're really, really pretty. So that's a cool technique I wanted to show you today. Thank you all for your lovely comments. And thank you for dropping by. Now I wanted to recap this. A few people weren't here when we started. This is a really cool graphic that Stampin' Up have provided for everyone to print out. Fill in the blanks. There is a, what's it called? It's gone. A hashtag. That's it. There's a hashtag that you can use. Take a photo of yourself holding this up once you've filled it in and use the hashtag, and Stampin' Up might use your image in our on-stage event in November. But I also have a little thing on my Facebook page and in my group that if you fill this in, take a photo of yourself holding it up, pop it in my group or on my Facebook page, you'll go into the draw for a little prize. So I love giving things away, and this will be really interesting to see what Facebook has allowed lots of people to do. So that's my first one, homeschool my children. I filled in a few. And then give many people a creative outlet. And the last one I have is make many wonderful and long-lasting friendships. So have a go. Print this out. Pop it in my group. Pop it on my page and you'll get a prize. So thank you for everyone. Thank you for everyone. No, thank you everyone for watching. And hopefully I'm going to be on again tomorrow with a cute little project. So I'll see you then. And thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.